whoever just joined, welcome. Today we are live with LUMSA University, and the idea is to talk about international degrees and career at LUMSA. We're gonna do this with Ambra. She's part of the welcome office at LUMSA, but we also have two alumni, Ebru and Jeren. They're going to share with us their experience. We're going to answer them at the end. So definitely, as I can see, we already started to type some question, which is great. Keep typing them using the chat, the Q&A box, and for whoever is interested in receiving the certificate of attendance, stay tuned because we're going to share more details with you shortly. Ambra, I leave you the floor, and it's a pleasure for me to introduce you and the presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone, and dear students. Hello, Federica. So, first of all, thank you so much to you and the WeUni team for giving me the opportunity to represent LUMSA University today. As Federica explained, my name is Ambra, and I represent the Welcome Office of LUMSA University, and my office is in charge of the international admissions of all the international students. I'm going to share my presentation, and please, Federica, let me know if you see it correctly.
Perfect. In the meantime, I can see we have a question from Polina regarding if the event is recorded. Yes, the event is recorded, and we're going to share with you over the next few days the recording and some extra information. We still can't see the presentation in the meantime, but
can you see it? I opened it. I've just
at the moment,
opened it. Okay.
No, at the moment I can just see the.
I have it full screen in my computer now, so.
Maybe we can try to share it because I can just see the file, but I cannot see the file open.
Okay. Let me try
Maybe
again.
we can try again.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see more joined, which is great. We're just about to start with the presentation. And for whoever was also wondering, application open, absolutely, Ambra will go through this as well. I'm gonna try one more time to see the.
Can you see it now?
No, at the moment. I can just see that you open the application, but I cannot see the presentation.
It's open. Okay. So.
Don't worry, we can try one more time. Don't worry.
Because I have opened it before, so.
Yeah, we do usually lots of these tests, and of course, when we go live, these things happen. That's the beauty of being in a live event. Perfect. Now it just needs to be on full screen. Amazing.
It's
Thank
full screen.
you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you for waiting. So I start. Okay, dear students, so LUMSA University was founded in 1939, and it is the second oldest university of the city of Rome. All the degrees and qualifications that are issued are completely recognized everywhere because the university is officially recognized by the Italian Ministry of Education and Research. LUMSA University has 4 campuses in Rome that are located in the very beautiful area of Prati, which is in the heart of the city, very close to the Vatican museums, in a very beautiful area full of shops, restaurants, very and easily accessible by public transports. So it's really beautiful and also really safe. Since 1999, LUMSA is also present in the south of Italy, in Sicily, in the city of Palermo, but the international academic offer is present only in Rome. LUMSA is a non-state university, and it is inspired on Catholic values. So it means that you will find also theology exams in your study plan. The university is committed to the education of young people and professionals, and the academic excellence that we offer is tailored for the needs of each individual student. So you have the possibility to customize the study plan of your subjects if you manage to enroll. The point of view of students. So the students are the most important element of the university. They are situated at the core of the university, and you can see this reflected in the constant contact that is present between the professors and the offices. So this means that the students are always supported by everyone and never feel lost in the procedures. And also the program deliver high level technical and cultural skills to students. We have a population of almost 10,000 students enrolled, and LUMSA, it is a high-profile, internationally recognized institution, and it is the best place for your personal development, because here you can find many opportunities for debate and participation. Some facts and figures for you. So we have 9,943 students enrolled, almost 600 academics, 3 departments, 2 are in Rome and 1 is in the south of Italy, 1 postgraduate school, 1 master school. Then we have agreements with 200 EU universities and agreements with 12 non-EU universities. Almost 97% of our students is fulfilled, and 80% complete the studies. We offered many internships last year, so you also have the opportunity to put into practice what you learn. We have 9 bachelor degree programs, 13 master's degree programs, and 4 single cycle master degree programs. We also offer more than 70 professional degree programs, and we also offer 5 doctoral degree programs, PhD. You have to know that to enroll in an Italian university after you finish the high school, as international students, you must have at least 12 years of previous schooling completed. If you have 11 years of study, you have to attend the foundation year, which is a program especially for international students that do not meet the above mentioned requirement. So this program is completely taught in Italian language, and the B2 level proficiency is requested to apply and to be admitted. And this program issues 60 credits. So this program has a duration of 1 academic year, and once you conclude this program, you can apply for our undergraduate courses. So for a bachelor degree program of 3 years or a single cycle degree program of 5 years. Anyway, the foundation year is not offered only to the students who have to complete the requirement of the schooling, but also to the students who already have 12 years of study, but simply want to improve the educational basis. The applications for this course are open, and to apply, you have to email our welcome office, and the email contact is the one you see here, international.admissions@lumsa.it, to better understand all the procedures and steps to be completed. Let's move to the academic offer. So today I will explain you the academic offer we have in Rome in the 2 departments. So we have the Department of Law, Economics, Politics and Languages, and the Department of Human Studies. Both departments include single cycle degree programs of 5 years. So we have law on one side and primary teacher education on the other side. Then we have the bachelor degree programs of 3 years and the master degree programs of 2 years. All the single cycle degree programs and the bachelor degree programs are completely taught in Italian language at the moment. So if you want to apply for one of the programs you can read in this slide, you must have the Italian proficiency equal minimum to B2. Then some programs include some subjects taught in English, but the main language of education is Italian. And the same is valid for some of the master degree programs. Not all the master degree programs are in Italian, but some of them are in English, and I will talk about them in the next slide. So, concerning the international academic offer completely in English, we have 2 master degree programs in English for each department. So, in the Department of Law, Economics, Politics and Languages, we have Management Finance and Data Analytics, and the English curriculum is Sustainable Finance and Data Analytics. To apply for this program, you have to have an English proficiency equal to minimum B2 level. Then we have international relations with the English curriculum, international relations in the digital era. Here, the required languages are a little bit different because the English level requested is B2.2. And then you also must speak a second European language with a basic level, A2.2. And you can choose between French or Spanish or German. In the Department of Human Studies, we have the Master Degree Program Artificial Intelligence for Marketing and Communication, which is a completely new program and entirely taught in English. And the same here, we request the B2 level for the application. This program also includes an Italian language eligibility exam, so you have to know that if you decide to apply, you must agree to attend Italian classes. And then we have the Master Degree Social Forensic and Organizational Psychology with the English curriculum Psychology of Work and Organizational Well-being. The English level requested to apply is C1. And the same for this program, the international students must study and learn Italian to reach the B1 level proficiency, which is necessary for the final internship and the final practical test that is mandatory before the graduation. The Italian language here is requested because you will have to deal with Italian patients during your internship, and also because this course qualifies the students to work as a psychologist in Italy. Let's talk about the admission fees and scholarships. So the admission procedure is different on the basis of the country of origin of the student. So if the student is a EU citizen or non-EU citizen. Anyway, the cost of the courses is the same for all international students who apply and pre-roll within the end of July every year. So the cost of the tuition fees per academic year is 4,390 euro, and you can pay this amount in 4 installments. You have to consider that since LUMSA is a private university, this cost is a special cost decided for international students and very competitive compared to other private university in Rome. So you can really access to a good academic excellence with a special price. Studying in LUMSA means also the possibility to apply for some scholarships. So, for example, the regional scholarship Lazio Disco, and the call is generally published in May, June every year. Then we have the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs scholarship, and then the private association Associazione Tincani, which is only for students who are already enrolled. So you have to check the requirements and the criteria to apply for these scholarships on your own, because they are not under LUMSA control. So you have to check the calls as soon as they are published. So the applications for the academic year 2026-2027 are open. So for the bachelor degree courses, the calls, some calls have been already published, and they are present in the page of each degree course. So before you can apply through the call, you have to contact my office, because we have to check the documents of study of your high school, and we have to verify your Italian language proficiency, so the B2 level. So you can contact us by email. You can see our email address in this slide to apply for the bachelor degree. The process of the application for the master degree courses is different. We open the application in January every year, and the deadline to apply is always the end of July. So the application has to be done online. Here you can see the link, which is present inside the online page of each master degree course. So you have to be prepared with a valid passport, curriculum vitae, motivation letter, academic reference letter, so possibly written by a professor. Then if you want also to upload a reference letter written by an employee, if you work, we can accept it as a plus. Then you have to upload the last transcript of records with all the grades and exams passed, and if possible, a valid English B2 proficiency certificate, or C1 if you want to apply for psychology. We only accept certificates like IELTS, TOEFL, or Cambridge, recently obtained, like I would say no more than 3 years ago. If you cannot provide an English certificate like IELTS, TOEFL, or Cambridge, don't worry, because we will test you in a different way. In fact, the selection for admission includes the interview online with the director of the master degree program, plus the English verification. So either we verify the validity of your certificate, or we ask you to pass an English test exam with our language center. So you will be tested for your oral and written skills. The selection for admission is related to a mandatory payment of €100, which is requested to all students to access to the admission steps. So once you are admitted and you pass the two steps I mentioned, you can receive our offer letter to prepare the final documents to be enrolled. And if you are a non-EU student, you can also present the admission letter to the Italian embassy or consulate of the country where you reside to begin the visa process. On our website, you find all the necessary information and steps for the application and enrollment as an EU and non-EU students. So you can search for the pages indicated here on our website. Let's move to something else. So LUMSA universities, as I was saying before, has many agreements with EU university and non-EU universities. So our students have the opportunity to spend a period of time abroad of 3 or 6 months to improve their education with an international element. So by taking part in collaborative or exchange programs in Europe, USA, Canada, many countries. As regard with the facilities that you find in LUMSA, we have a new and recently created library, the Central University Library, which is on 3 floors and has 200 workstations, and is the perfect place to go and study and prepare your exams or find material to prepare your thesis, because you can access to many volumes and books and journals on different topics. As regard with the accommodations, very close to our campuses, we have 2 halls of residence. So the first one can accommodate a total of 40 people, and the second one a total of 25 people. So you will find double rooms, but also single rooms, and very comfortable spaces with common areas, a kitchen, air-conditioned spaces, and also 2 beautiful terraces where you can stay and admire the beautiful area around you. So you have a view on the Vatican, Castel Sant'Angelo, and the area of Borgo Pio. If you cannot find a room in one of our residences, don't worry, because LUMSA has many agreements with agencies and partners through which you can find an alternative suitable solution for your stay. So a private apartment or a room shared with other peers. Our university is one of the very few Italian universities to have a language center for certification, so the CLIC. Thanks to our CLIC, all students can attend the language courses and prepare for the most important international certificates and study the following languages. So Spanish, English, German, French, some non-European languages like Chinese and Arabic, and a special attention is given to the Italian classes, because all international students who enroll in one of the master degree programs in English can attend the Italian classes free of charge. So this is very important for all the international students who decide to come and live in Italy, but also for the students who enroll in the master degree programs which require the study of the Italian language, as I was explaining before. So artificial intelligence for marketing and communication, and psychology of work. Studying in LUMSA does not only mean going to classes, pass exams, but also having fun with your colleagues. So we have the LUMSA Sport United Association, which is a sport company that organizes many sport activities for all the students. So you can apply and join the tennis team or the football team, the volleyball team, or play paddle. All the activities are conducted with the aim of promoting the respect among the students and the respect for the individual and the fair play. Moving to the orientation for what comes after the graduation, we have the LUMSA Talent Academy, which is an important innovative project that organizes many activities and services to help and prepare the students and the graduates to enter in the labor market. So if you join this service, you can receive support to prepare a very good curriculum, to do some mock interviews, search for a job on the main social media, study the main occupational trend analysis, create your personal brand, or do some workshops. And extra than this, twice per year, LUMSA organizes the career days, which are days dedicated to the meeting between the students and HR representatives. So you have the opportunity to bring your curriculum to the companies we host in the university and explore the vacancies opportunity they offer. You find LUMSA on the main social media, so I invite you to search for @UniLUMSA on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, YouTube if you want to stay tuned and receive many updates and check the pages. As regard with the LUMSA IT services for students who are enrolled, once you become a student, you can access to the personal page Mia LUMSA or from the computer, but also from the LUMSA application that you can download on your smartphone. So through Mia LUMSA, you can easily check everything about your career. So your exams, your grades, the tuition fees, everything. To conclude, so the office I represent, the Welcome Office, is dedicated to all the international students. We consider international students all the students who have obtained a qualification or a degree abroad, so Italian citizens, EU and non-EU citizens. We support the international students in different moments. So from the beginning, from the very first request of information to receive an orientation about the choice of the right program and of the university. Then we support the students during the application process and admission process till the enrollment. But we also support the student after enrollment. So we address the students to the right offices for the related questions they have, and we also support the student in the pre and post arrival phase as regard with the documents they have to come and live in Italy, which is a very important step to conclude for the immigration procedure to enter in Italy. So once again, I invite you to take note of our email address, so international.admissions@lumsa.it. I thank you for your attention, and you can also visit our website. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ambra, for your presentation. Everything was very clear. We started to receive the first question from the students, which is great. Keep typing them into chat Q&A because we're going to answer them after our presentation. But as I was saying at the very beginning, Ambra is not alone. She's also joined by two alumni from LUMSA University. So I wanted to leave the floor to Ebro, and she's gonna tell us more about her journey and her experience at LUMSA University.
Thank you, Federica. Do you hear me okay?
Yes, well, good. Perfect.
So hello, everyone. My name is Ebru, and I'm a second-year master's student at LUMSA. I'm studying marketing and digital communication. Alongside my studies, I'm also working full-time as a marketing executive in a technology company. So I am experiencing both academic and the professional sides of this field. Actually, my journey with LUMSA didn't start in Rome, but it started in Istanbul. I met them in an education fair, and I was looking for a master's degree that would allow me to experience different sides, different cultures, and improve my skills, actually. And as I spoke with the representatives and heard about the courses, past student experiences, my curiosity actually increased. And while I was searching online about the curriculum, about classes, about the professors, I realized that I want to study here. One of the key reasons that I chose LUMSA is that you have the opportunity to learn directly from the industry professionals. I think that makes a huge difference. From brand marketing to growth marketing, we covered a wide range of topics that are essential to build a career in this field. We also had the chance to work in real life projects. So not just textbooks and studies, but we participated in real life projects as well. Additionally, for me personally, since I'm working, having the opportunity to be able to attend the classes both in person and online has made a big difference, because as someone works full-time, the structure makes it easier for me to arrange my schedule. And also as an international student, I can go to my country, visit my family while not being behind from my classes as well. I also would like to take a moment to thank the Welcome Office, especially Ambra, because she really helped me during my enrollment process. And also when I moved to Italy, sometimes I was confused about the legal process to get the residence permit. She patiently helped me. Another important feature, as Ambra mentioned, that there are some scholarships that you can apply. One of them is Lazio Disco. It's the region's own scholarship, and for some students, it can be really helpful. About living in Rome, Italy, if I have to mention, it's a vibrant city. It's the capital. It's the eternal city. It's so beautiful. While it may be hard to find some accommodation with the help of, for example, accommodation at LUMSA or once you figure out once you settle in, there are multiple international communities, events, and places that you can grow also in your studies. Please let me know if you have any questions for me. You can also connect with me by LinkedIn and ask from there as well. And thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ebru, for sharing your experience, and absolutely whether is interested in finding out more about Ebru's journey or you have question, feel free to type using chat or Q&A. Jaren, if you like to tell us more about your story. I know you're a flatmate, which is great. So it also means that you can create friends. We were talking about this earlier. So tell us more about your experience.
So, hello everyone, I'm Jaran. I'm in the same class as Ebru, and we are flatmates, like you mentioned. So, my journey with LUMSA didn't start like Ebru's because I was doing already my Erasmus in Rome in a different university, and I had a friend that I met through social settings that was studying at LUMSA. She was studying law, she was Italian. And she introduced me to this university and explained to me and shared the experience she had with me. So I was interested in looking forward to getting to know the university because I wanted to stay in Rome and continue my studies abroad. So thanks to her, I met with LUMSA and I started to search. Of course, I looked online. Then at the end, I of course emailed the welcome office, and Amra always answers in the day. It's amazing to get a reply so fast from her. And by the way, I changed my field. I didn't study marketing in my bachelor's degree. I studied political science and public administration. I noticed that LUMSA has the digital communication on the side. So it was more important for me to explore the digital world rather than classical communication. So I was also interested. Then while applying to LUMSA, we got to meet our Professor Mularca, which is the director of this our course, marketing and digital communication. And while we did the interview with him, I was more interested to talk and learn about it. While I was already applying, so I was already interested, and he saw me more interested, so he replied to me with more enthusiasm, seeing that I was on the mood to be a student here. And he said, I hope to see you in the campus next year. Now he's my thesis professor, also Ebros. So it was so good. And by the way, living situation in Rome, it's important to find really good agencies while you're looking at apartments, because I'm telling them because our friends got scammed through social media, because there's a lot of websites to find apartments. And you can also, like us, because we met in the class, then we became flatmates with everyone. You can build connections and move from that. And you can, even if you're not being flatmates, you can always hear someone moving out, so you can always move in on place of them. And for the Italian part, our university, like Abra mentioned, has Italian courses for students, which is for master's degree students. It's free. and I had the opportunity to attend to B1.1 course, and I finished, and there's a certificate at the end after the exam, and it really helped me with my Italian. And it's important to have this language while you're here because it's good to feel more local rather than just speaking English to everyone. Of course, most of the people speak English because our campus is already on the center, and around that there's a lot of tourism, so it's good. On top of this, like Ebru mentioned, there's the Lazio Disco scholarship, which I am getting it also. It really helps with economic situation because we are living apart from our families, we are renting apartments, flats, and trying to survive in a wild. So it's good to have this opportunity, and the application process is long, but it's really useful to have the website and the time because the application timing is really long, so it's easy to apply. Just some few documents is needed, and that's all. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joran. It's great to hear such like an inspiring story. So two different like starting points. Joran was already in Italy, Ebru moved. So in case you have any more specific question, please drop question, chat, Q&A. Ambra, if you're ready, we started to receive lots of questions. I'm gonna start with one of the first is regarding dual citizenship. So let's say Valeria is from Brazil, but she also has an Italian citizenship. So in case of putting an application through, she will be considered as an Italian citizen or is an international in terms of which procedure she should follow.
So, if Valeria, you have the Italian passport, of course, I recommend you to apply with your Italian passport so that you can avoid all the visa process requests, which is really, really long. But we consider you as an international student if you have, of course, your previous degrees and studies obtained abroad. So you are Italian citizen, but international student. So I recommend to apply through the procedure indicated in the website and through the application form that you find in the master degree page of your interest.
Perfect. When you were showing the program, Maria was asking in terms of I think it's a master program in international relations, asking if is it possible to study part-time and if you have connection with government bodies in Italy for this program. So whoever studies international relations, if it's possible to intern or like have some collaboration with the government bodies.
So all the students can attend part-time if they work. The important thing is to specify to the professors that you are not able to attend all the classes because you may have to pass some exams as a non-attending student and with a different study program. However, you can of course work and study at the same time. As regard with the agreements we have, of course, we have agreements with many companies, bodies, some embassies on the basis of the program, of the degree program. So for international relations, of course, there will be an internship in the second year, and our office in charge will guide the students to find the internship on the basis of the request and the companies available. Anyway, international relations is a program that prepares the students for a diplomatic career. So yes, of course, we have such agreements.
Perfect. Also asking what's the cost of living in Rome? I guess it depends a lot on the lifestyle of each person. But I don't know if maybe you, Ambra, or even Ebru and Jeren, if you want to answer and give some sort of context.
So from my side, I can say that first of all, it depends on the area of our campus. So as I was saying before, we are in the city center, very close to the Vatican City. So Prati district is very expensive and residential, but you can easily access to LUMSA by subway, the buses, the regional, not regional, the trains of the city. So if you find your accommodation not so close to LUMSA, don't worry, because you can reach it with no difficulties. Normally, I would recommend minimum 1,200 euros per month, minimum, just to cover your accommodation, the bills, the food. You have to consider extra expensive. So minimum 1,200 euros, but maybe Ebru and Sharon can tell me more about this, can tell you more about this.
Sure, if you want. Yes, Sharon.
Yes, I totally agree with Ambra. It depends on where you live in the beginning because the most of the economic situation depends on the rent. For example, we are living like 30 minutes away from our university with bus, which is more economical for us, and it's not far away, so we can make it to the class easily. Other than that, it's about the social life where you go out. There's economical options to go out, have drinks with friends, eat out, and there's the high living standards. So it depends on the person.
Additionally, maybe like grocery store costs are around, depends on how much you spend, how much you consume, but around 200 to 300, I can say, for one person.
Perfect, thank you. Exam. So they're asking if the exam are mostly oral or written, and can you take exam more than once if you're not satisfied with the outcome?
So the exams have to be done in presence, not online. You can do some subjects, you can pass some exams with only the written part, but you also have to do the oral test in some cases. Ebru and Joanne know better than me. Anyway, you can decide to accept or reject a grade, but there is a rule, like for each session of exam, the students have 3 dates for each subject. So let's suppose you want to you do the exam on the first date. You don't like your grade and you reject it. You have to skip the second date and go directly to the third. So this is how it works. The Italian grading system is from a minimum grade, which is 18, up to 30, which is the maximum. So then it's up to you if you want to accept a very good grade, a lower grade. Anyway, you have more possibilities to take the exams. But I also, in this case, I let Ebru and Joanne give their point of view, an extra point of view.
Yeah, I think it depends also on the department and the professor as well. Since we are studying marketing, it's more, sometimes the professor value presentation skills and so on. For example, we have had written exams, essay exams, presentation-based exams. Some professor also have done an oral exam, which was something new for me because in Turkey we don't have that. But it's nothing to be scared of. It's actually very enjoyable.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Paul has a question regarding GPA. So, Ambra, is a GPA is important to have a high GPA from bachelor in order to get into LUMSA? And do you think that is very important to write the experience or the motivation? So, what in your experience mattered the most? To write down all the experience that the students had, or why it motivates to apply to LUMSA University?
So we do not just have a look to the GPA, which of course, if the previous background is very good, with good grades, good marks, it is preferred. I mean, professors also consider the previous exams passed. Anyway, I recommend to write in the motivation letter the reason why you want to apply for that specific program, why you choose LUMSA, how you think LUMSA can help you for your future ambitions. And then we consider all the documents submitted in the application. So really, you have to apply carefully with good documents, named accordingly, well prepared, so everything.
And can I ask you how early should they get everything ready? So let's say there are international students. For example, we have Aftab that says, I'm living in Italy. So he's an international student at the moment living in Italy. What would you recommend in terms of like timing? How early should they put an application through in order to have everything ready and set?
So the applications are open for now until the end of July for the master degree programs. For the bachelor degrees, the admission tests can be conducted also later until September. I always recommend to apply as soon as possible, as soon as you are convinced of the program and you have your documents ready, because the admission process may require several weeks since we have many applicants. So from the moment we receive the application until the final admission, it may take a while. So as soon as you are ready, please apply.
Perfect. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no, I forgot. Also, especially for non-EU students, the process is longer because after admission, you have to apply for a visa. So the platform for visa through which you can apply when you have the offer letter open in April, normally every year. So since it will open soon, the sooner you begin your application journey, the better it is.
So we were focusing on the master, but they're asking, is there any bachelor degree totally conducted in English at the moment?
No, I'm sorry. As I was saying before, the bachelor's degree are only conducted in Italian language, and you must have a B2 proficiency to apply and be admitted. Then some programs may include some subjects taught in English, but the main language of the programs is Italian.
Perfect. Question regarding basically developing skills that can support students in nowadays job market. So basically, how can LUMSA make sure that a graduate, they don't specify in which field, but basically is ready then to get a job as soon as they graduate? Is there any sort of like career development classes that they take? Is there like, do they have a look at what is in trend in terms of like job options or like skills to develop?
So some classes are for sure not only, learning from books, but they put into practice what they do. And also the fact that an internship is expected during the second year of the program helps the students to have a first contact with the job market. So they can do their first experience with the internship. Then, as I was explaining with my presentation, we have the Talent Academy service that helps the students to prepare the curriculum, do mock interviews, and organizes the career days so the students can meet some HR representatives. Maybe Ebru and Jiren can tell more about this, their experience as a student, and also since Ebru works, maybe she can give a point of view.
For this, I want to add something because I did my internship here in Rome. And I can say that the most important thing is to know the language and to attend the Italian classes because mostly they are looking for Italian speaking people. Even the job is in English, they prefer to have the ability to communicate in their own language. So it's really important to develop the Italian level.
Perfect.
And I can add that, I was already working when I started studying at LUMSA, but I can say that especially in our program, we have professors who are also working full-time in big companies as marketing directors, brand managers, to see what do they value in terms of projects, exams, or also in their class is, I think, very valuable. I believe also in other departments, it's a similar case. I could say that.
So definitely having like professors that are also like working professional is definitely support, because I'm sure that then you can confront during classes. And so for whoever asked the question, I think it was Diego. If you do have any further question, don't hesitate to type. Back to the admission process, Ambra, question regarding recommendation letters. Is required to have them, and are usually professors that should write, or do you recommend that someone else write them? Arjun is asking us.
So the recommendation letter is a mandatory document to be uploaded in the application form. So I know that professors prefer to read the reference letters written by the professors of the previous university. So I always recommend to apply with an academic reference letter, but you can upload, apart from this, also a reference letter written by an employee or from a previous work experience or internship experience that you did. So you can apply more than one recommendation letter. The most important thing is that at least one is academic.
Perfect, very clear. Question regarding, I think this is for visa, is how much money do I need for a bachelor in the bank statement? So I guess it's probably someone that is studying a bachelor, wants to do a master. Is there a minimum they need to have on the bank statement for visa? Or maybe it's an information that they can find online?
Yes, every year the ministerial laws decide the amount the students must have to apply for a visa. Normally is minimum 6,000 euro minimum, but you have to check regularly every year with the embassies. Mostly the requirements established also by the embassies and the consulate when you apply for a visa, because the admission letter, the admission to the university sometimes is not enough. There are further requirements established, so I invite you to check with your embassy, Italian
Perfect.
embassy abroad.
Perfect. We did mention internship also. Jaren mentioned about hers. Is this mandatory, or in any case part of each master? In this case, they're asking for the masters in finance.
No, it's not mandatory because the study plan can be customized by the student. So if you don't manage to find the internship, you can switch with the alternative solution that normally can be a project work.
Perfect. And is usually, you mentioned, in the second year, right? The internship that is taken. Perfect.
Yes, it's in the second year, and in each online page of the master degree courses, you find the syllabus with all the subjects for the first and second year. So you can go on LUMSA website and have a look.
Perfect. So we were actually, we mentioned that we were actually focusing on the master's degree, but they're asking, in case I'm interested into PhD program, is there like an email address that I can write to in case there will be an opportunity?
Yes, so our PhD programs are in Italian. If you have an international qualification, first of all, you have to check the documents with the welcome office. I can write in the chat also the email address of my colleague of the PhD office, so you can also contact them to know the opportunities that are open at the moment, if there is any call open.
Perfect. So for whoever was wondering, it wasn't the focus, but absolutely it's great that you asked, because then Amrush can just share the email address that you can reach out to. Perfect.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Amazing. Accommodation. So we did mention that there is some sort of support that LUMSA offer. If we can just say one more time, maybe somebody that connected later, if we can just share a little bit about how LUMSA can support about accommodation.
So students can apply for a place in their residencies. So one can accommodate 40 people, the second one 25, and there is a selection process with the office in charge. And if the residencies are full, on our website in the English version, the section accommodation and residencies, you find all the options of the agencies with which LUMSA has an agreement. So Jeren was saying that some peers have encountered some scammed possibilities, but if you apply for an accommodation through our website partners, you can easily find a suitable accommodation for your stay, and you decide the price, the place. You can search on your own, but the website are reliable.
Perfect. Well, we touch upon a little bit on Italian. So somebody says, I haven't studied Italian. I'm just fluent in English. Can I still move on with my application? So Jeren did mention a little bit about how important it is to also learn the language. I don't know if Ambra, we can just say a little bit more about the importance is, or if it's actually part of the mandatory.
So this depends on the degree program of the interest of the student. So if the student who's asking this question wants to apply for a bachelor degree program, the Italian knowledge with the B2 level is mandatory to apply. So if you don't speak Italian, you cannot apply for a bachelor degree course. If you want to apply for a master degree course in English, you can attend the Italian classes as soon as you are enrolled, because our language center organizes the classes during the year, so during the first semester and second semester. So you can start as a beginner, or if you already speak Italian, you can do a placement test and start your classes from your level. And as I was saying before, for 2 master degree programs, it is important to study Italian for AI, for marketing and communication, and for psychology of work. Then, of course, I always recommend to students to attend the Italian classes if they are enrolled in a master degree in English, because they have to get in touch with all the offices of the universities, but also they come to live in Italy. So for the daily life, to go to a supermarket or a shop or a museum, everywhere, it is important to speak Italian, because not all the people here speak English. So sometimes you may encounter someone who only speaks Italian. But anyway, it's very important for you, because when you finish your master, if you want to move in another country, you bring with you the knowledge of another language, which can be always useful for your next job, or if you want to read a book in Italian, watch a movie, an Italian movie. So it's something else for you, for yourself. So it's recommended in any case.
Absolutely. Actually, this person just added as he or she has an A1 in Italian, which is great. But if you are actually planning on applying for a master degree taught in English, you don't need to have a B2 level. But of course, it will be important for you to learn the language and also to take the most out of this service. Question, is it possible to study fully online? So we mentioned about part-time. Is it possible eventually to study online?
So LUMSA is a traditional university in the sense that the students have to be enrolled and have to come to the university in presence. So it is not possible to enroll students remotely without all the necessary documents. So, for example, also the visa to come to study in Italy is mandatory. Once you are in Italy, you can attend your classes in presence, but also online. If you work, if you have a problem, we give the students the opportunity to attend remotely. It is preferable to go and attend in person, because the attendance is important for professors. It is important to see the students in the class, have an interactive class with the questions, so simply see the students in the class. So it is a different experience to go and attend the lessons in presence, but anyway, you can attend remotely, no problem. But the exams are only in presence, not online.
Perfect. Terms of like age restrictions. So somebody says, I have already turned 15 years. of experience? And can I still apply for business management? Is there some sort of cap for the age? And wondering how long will be the master? Is it 2 years or is it 1 year master?
So there isn't any age restriction, so we also accept applications from adults. And the master degree program, so if we mean the academic qualification, it has a regular duration of 2 academic years. If a student is interested in a professional master, it's a different program and it's only 1 year. So it depends on the kind of qualification the student is looking for.
Perfect. And then, of course, I guess that reaching out to the team, they also will be able to support you in finding, and also on the website, you find all the different information on the program. One thing I wanted to ask to our panelists is, I mean, we did mention a lot of things about the programs, the structure, the some sort of like how was your experience. I was just wondering if there is anything else that you feel like sharing with our audience today, Ebru, Jeren, and then I'm also going to ask Ambra if there is any sort of advice that you feel like giving to students that this could be you a few years ago, wondering if LUMSA University and studying in Italy could be a good choice for them. So anything that you feel like recommending or sharing, maybe starting with Jeren, and then I'm going to ask the same to Ebru and Ambra.
I can say for the non-EU students, the YA is hard, the road is hard, it needs a lot of documents, but at the end it's worth it. The visa process is another topic for every country, and it's difficult to deal with it alone because you have to collect all your documents alone and give it to the embassy and wait for the reply. But at the end, it's all worth it to be here, to live in Rome, to walk around the ancient ruins. Everything is worth it. So I just suggest not to give up that easily.
Thank you. Ebru?
I totally agree with Jaren. I was going to say the same thing. There are a lot of documents, that's not a lie. But in the end, you get the experience living abroad, which is something that not everyone can achieve in their life. And if you have the opportunity to do that, without a doubt, go do it. You get different perspectives, you learn different perspectives, new people and everything. So I highly recommend it.
Before asking the same to Ambra, there is another question with regard application. So somebody say, I wanted to put an application through. I had some issues with University site, so wondering if they can actually start again. And in terms of translating the document, do they need to be authenticated?
So I can't see the question about University.
Is
So
on the Q&A is Nureddin. Apologies if I...
let me Nureddin, submit my fees. So University opens every year or in the month of April normally. So students can apply after they receive admission from the university, and they have to apply with the LUMSA admission letter. From the moment we confirm the application on University and the student is admitted, the visa process goes on your own. I mean, the student has to deal only with the Italian embassy or consulate abroad. So if you encounter problems with the visa application, unfortunately, we cannot interfere. Anyway, for the fees for enrollment are not requested if the student is not ready with all the final documents and the visa. So we request the first installment only when the final documents are all ready and the visa is obtained. So the only payment we ask is the application fee, €100, when the student is considered eligible to move on to the admission process. This is the only payment which we request. It is mandatory and not refundable. So the tuition fees come after.
Perfect.
did I miss some? I can
You
translate the
just
document. So we accept the documents of study in English, French, Spanish, and German. Any other, if the documents are issued in any other languages, in any other language different from these ones, we request a legalized translation in Italian. So the legalization of the translation has to be done with the Italian embassy or consulate abroad.
Perfect. Bachelor, we mentioned they are only in Italian, asking how can they prove the level of Italian? Do they need to have a certificate, I guess?
So students can apply with an international certificate like CELI, CHILS, or PLIDA with B2 level. But normally we test all the students in any case. We double check the written and oral proficiency with an internal test conducted by the Language Center Click. Anyway, I encourage you to apply with a valid certificate, and then we will see if also the test is necessary.
Perfect. Well, now, Ambra, I just wanted to ask. I mean, Lotte said, and you did really, all of you, a great job, like trying to summarize like the experience and what it's like to study at LUMSA University. But Ambra, is there anything else that you want to remind, something else that you want to add for the audience today?
I encourage all the international students to have a look to the opportunities that they can find abroad, because studying abroad, I think it's a very beautiful experience that really opens your mind and horizons. And also Italy is a place rich of history, culture, good food, events, especially in Rome, you find a lot of international people, and especially LUMSA is a place where you can really find a multicultural and international environment, because you find students coming from 79 different countries. So you find students enrolled in the degree courses, but also students that come for the Erasmus opportunities. So you can really feel at ease and not alone as an international student. So I really encourage you to discover our academic offer. Do not hesitate to apply or to ask questions. We are at disposal. So as I was saying in the presentation, we always support the student constantly as offices, but also the professors do the same. So I encourage you to have a look. Yes, of course.
Perfect. So thank you so much. As you can see, the team is very much approachable. Ambra has been like, also Ebru and Jiren were mentioning how fast she was replying. So if you have any question, I can just see a question regarding IELTS certificate. I'm sure that you can find everything online regarding the modality of how to upload all of this information. So I really encourage you to reach out to the team in case you have any further question. The event was recorded, so we will be able to share the recording with you, and also an email address that you can reach out in case you have any further question. So I really wanted to thank Ambra for their time, but also Jeren and Ebru. It's been a real pleasure for me to moderate this session. And I really hope that for whoever is interested, that this was helpful. And I'm just gonna share the email address of the welcome office into the chat. So if whoever has any further question in the next coming days, you can reach out to the team. And I really hope that if you put an application through, this is successful and you get to meet Ambra and her team in person. So thank you so much for being connected with us, and look forward to seeing you soon at the next live webinar.
Thank you so much,
Thanks.
Federica, once again. And thank you, Ebru. Thank you, Jiren, for your participation.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.